This is how to use PowerToys Run and set up everything inside it so you can use it on a decent level. To get the tool ready, you first open the system tray and click the PowerToys icon, then use the settings button at the bottom so the main PowerToys window comes up. On the left side, in the System Tools area, you choose PowerToys Run so its options show, and at the top you turn on Enable PowerToys Run so the search bar is active and ready. Once the feature is on, you press Alt plus Space and the search bar appears so you can see it working in real time. When the bar shows up like this, you can stop thinking about setup and start shaping how it feels, and each change you make here pushes the tool closer to the way you like to move around windows. If the shortcut sometimes fails to fire, you turn on Use Centralized Keyboard Hook, so PowerToys Run listens for keys deeper in the system and can still react even when another app tries to use the same keys. For times when a full-screen video or game is the focus, you turn on Ignore Shortcuts in full-screen mode, so the search bar does not jump on top of what you watch or play, and this keeps focus time clean. After the shortcut is sorted out, you scroll down to the Search and Results section so you can control how the list behaves while you type. If the list flickers and jumps too much, you turn on Input Smoothing so the results calm down and move in a smoother way that is easier on the eyes. When you care more about raw speed than smooth motion, you leave this off and accept a more active list in exchange for faster updates. After that, you choose how many results you want to see before scrolling appears, so the list stays short and tight or long and wide depending on whether you like quick picks or big menus. When the length of the list feels comfortable, you turn on Clear Previous Query on launch if you want the bar to open fresh every time instead of showing old search text. If you like tools that learn from you, you turn on Results Order Tuning so PowerToys Run starts to notice what you use most and lifts those matches higher in the list. To push this behavior further, you raise or lower selected item weight so items you pick again and again climb faster toward the top, which pays off when the same apps and files are part of your daily routine. After the ranking feels balanced, you deal with jumpy results by turning on weight on slower plugin results before selecting top item so the first choice does not change under your finger as you press enter. When you prefer keyboard control, you turn on tab to context buttons so you move across action buttons with the tab key instead of reaching for the mouse. If you type with Chinese pinyin, you turn on Use Pinyin so the search bar understands that way of typing, and if pictures and design work are part of your day, you turn on Generate Thumbnails from files, so image files show small previews and become easier to spot at a glance. All of these options let you trade a bit of speed for calm or the other way around so the bar matches your pace. Once the behavior feels right, you move to the Position and Appearance section so the bar shows up in the best spot. On multi-monitor setups, you set preferred monitor position so the bar appears where you expect, and you choose between monitor with mouse cursor, primary monitor, or monitor with focused window so the bar either follows your pointer, stays fixed on the main screen, or lines up with the window you are using. After that, you pick a theme that fits your eyes, and choose light for a bright look, dark for a dim look, or system so PowerToys Run follows the look that Windows already uses. When the bar looks good, you fine-tune how plugin hints appear under results so the small tips actually help instead of getting in the way. You let all hints show when you want constant reminders, you limit hints to plugins that are not part of global results when you want lighter help, or you hide hints when you know the triggers and want a clean list. With that settled, you change the text size so the words are easy to read on a small laptop or a big monitor, which makes long sessions with the bar easier. Now that the base is ready, you scroll down to the plugin section so you decide what PowerToys Run can actually do when you start typing. Each plugin you turn on adds a new skill to the bar. For quick math, you turn on the Calculator plugin so you can type a simple calculation straight into the bar and see the answer without opening a separate app, like typing 25 times 17 and getting the result right away. Inside its settings, you use a direct activation command, so a special word sends your text straight to the calculator, and you control whether the results appear in global search, how they are sorted, what number formats are used, and whether angles are treated in radians or degrees when you work with trigonometry. This lets the calculator stay simple for basic sums or stretch into deeper math when you need it. When folders are part of your normal flow, you turn on the folder plugin so typing a folder name such as Downloads jumps straight into that folder instead of digging through File Explorer. If you like to reuse past searches, you turn on the History plugin so PowerToys Run remembers older search lines and lets you type history to bring them up again. As file work grows, you turn on the Windows Search plugin so the bar can look through indexed files on your computer and pull them up by name. You type the name of a file to find it, then you fine-tune the plugin by setting a direct activation word, deciding if its results are part of global search, changing the sort order, turning off warnings for files that are not indexed, and adding excluded patterns so some folders or file types never appear. This way, the plugin can act like a simple all-purpose file finder or a focused search tool that only shows the areas that matter to you. When notes and layouts live in OneNote, you turn on the OneNote plugin so you can type OneNote, then a space, then the name of a Notes tab to jump straight into that page. Alongside that, you turn on the PowerToys plugin so when you type fancy zones, you land directly in the settings for that PowerToys layout tool instead of hunting through menus. These plugins let the bar act as a quick door into Note pages and into other PowerToys features. As your list of apps grows, you turn on the Program plugin so PowerToys Run can see installed programs and launch them by name, for example by typing Word to start Microsoft Word. When you spend time in system settings, you also turn on the Registry plugin, so a colon followed by a registry path or key opens that location inside the registry editor, which helps when you need to change deeper system options. When you handle services, you turn on the service plugin so you can start and stop Windows services with the bar, like typing an exclamation mark and printer spooler to stop the print spooler service when printing stalls. If the command line is part of your day, you turn on the shell plugin so a greater than symbol followed by a command such as ping localhost runs through your chosen terminal. In the shell settings, you choose if its results join global search, how they are sorted, how commands open inside Windows Terminal, and whether the shell window stays open or closes when the command finishes. This lets the shell flow from quick, one-off checks to longer-running command sessions. For deeper control of the machine, you turn on the Windows System Commands plugin so you can type commands in the bar to restart or shut down, like typing restart when a full reboot is needed. Inside this plugin, you pick whether to show a confirm dialog, whether to show a success message, whether to use command names that match your language, whether to expose a separate empty recycle bin command, and whether to push IP and MAC address matches lower in the list so they do not crowd out simple actions. When time and planning start to matter more, you turn on the time and date plugin so you can type now and see the current time and date in a style that makes sense to you. In its options, you decide if the plugin shows seconds, whether weekday and month names are included, whether to hide invalid input errors and warnings, how it counts the first week of the year, which day starts the week, and what custom date or time formats you want to add. This lets the plugin stay close to a simple clock or grow into a small timing tool that matches how you plan work and track days. As measurements come up, you turn on the Unit Converter plugin so you can type conversions right into the search bar, such as using 2% signs and 10 kilometers in miles to see the same distance in miles. When custom links or tools are part of your setup, you turn on the URI Handler plugin, so typing 2 forward slashes and a URI opens that custom link or web address in one move. If you often need random values or unique IDs, you turn on the Value Generator plugin, so typing #guide gives you a new unique identification value each time. As coding projects and research grow, you turn on the Visual Studio Code Workspaces plugin, so typing Codespace project opens a workspace for that project without digging through folders first. When web search is part of how you work, you turn on the Web Search plugin, so typing 2 question marks and a search phrase sends that text to your browser and opens the search results page. When menus in Windows feel slow, you turn on the Windows Settings plugin, so typing a short command such as $Bluetooth jumps straight to the Bluetooth settings page. For terminal-heavy setups, you turn on the Windows Terminal plugin, so typing WT opens Windows Terminal, and its options let you pick whether profiles open in a new tab, in the Quake-style drop-down window, whether hidden profiles are shown. As multitasking grows, you turn on the Window Walker plugin, so typing something like calculator lets you switch straight to the Open Calculator window instead of tapping Alt plus Tab many times. In its settings, you decide whether it only shows results from the visible desktop, whether process ID and desktop name show in the subtitle line, whether it asks for confirmation before killing processes, whether the window stays open after you close a target window, whether the kill button hides itself when extra permissions would be needed, and whether Explorer process information stays hidden. This lets Window Walker act as a simple switcher or as a more advanced process tool when many apps and desktops are in play. After everything is tuned, and if the built-in plugins are not enough, you go to the third-party PowerToys Run plugin list on the official PowerToys GitHub page and add tools for things like translation, weather, stock prices, developer work, and task management. There you go, have fun!